What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I'm not necessarily the most religious person in the world, but of course, I did grow up in church. I grew up largely Protestant Baptist. I went to Catholic school. My brother's a pastor. But one of the things I don't like is when people try to make a point about God and to use God to their favor when clearly what they're doing is sinful behavior. That's something I have a real big problem with, and I don't like hypocrites. Again, I know that we all are hypocrites. We all are biased. We're human and we're flawed. But I don't like when people try to mislead others into thinking that what they're doing is godly or godlike. And I want to talk about Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has 11 kids, most of them out of wedlock. Maybe 9 are out of wedlock, and all of them with IG models. But he made a statement that's very interesting. He says he will only stop having more kids when God decides that it's time. So God is the one that decides on your time. This is very interesting because, I see a lot of ladies on Facebook who, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you see it all the time, especially in the black community where, ladies will get pregnant and sometimes it's their third kid, could be a different baby father, unmarried, and they post the picture of the kid, and what happens? Well, you see something to the effect of, wow, congratulations, children are a blessing from God. Now, in what way are children a blessing from God if those children are conceived in the manner that is contingent with what the scriptures dictate? Okay? If we're on the same cadence of the dictatorship or implementation of the scriptures, now we're in line with what God is trying to get across. Then I can agree that children are a blessing from God. But that is not what I hear, brothers. I hear something in the opposite, if I can say so myself, and that is whenever people, especially those who are not in the devout, you don't practice anything in the devout, you don't do anything that proves you're the devout, you're pretty much running your mouth. And so because you run your mouth, here you are talking about, well, God's will be done and all of this, when you're out here doing the silly things that you do, you're not even thinking about Jesus. You're not thinking about God. You're not thinking about Allah, whoever it is that you may feel that you're trying to serve. So now what you're being is a hypocrite. And we all know that Nick Cannon has no intention, doesn't have the proclivity or the ability to marry any of those women in any sort of religious ceremony to make any of those women his wife. He's not deliberate on that objective at all. He has no target, no aspiration, no ambition, no purpose to do so. But then you sit up here and then you mention God as if some religious authority has blessed you to do what you're doing, which is one of the reasons why people don't take folks like this that serious, because I just can't. And as people, we gotta stop mixing the devout with what we deem is devout. And I notice a lot of people who, play this godly thing, we will do anything to make God be like us, because we're sick idiots, right? We want to make God do what we would like him to do so that we don't have to ever follow rules. That's what we want to do. We don't want to follow any rules because following rules is for idiots, for most of us. It doesn't even make sense. Whatever we can do to lie, to steal at any time, we will do that just so we can make God be like us. And I'm sorry. The world doesn't like you. You see, there needs to be accountability for your actions. If you are a man, why are you creating these single moms, brother? Why don't you're already complaining that you don't have enough time to see your kids. Why would you even do that? Obviously, you're not that bright. Why would you go and have more kids that you cannot take care of? Is that in God's will? And then when you look at people who talk like that, you wonder why nobody takes you serious. And these are the kind of men that want to talk about helping the black community, helping poverty, helping whatever, and you can't even do that. You're living a life of what you would consider sin, but you use the devout, and it's a disrespect to those people who are in the devout. You know, we gotta respect something in life today, no matter how liberal the world has gotten. There are people in the devout who still have a claim to their beliefs. And you have people who try to do their best to follow rules. Okay? And the devout deserve that respect. You don't have to agree with their religion, but they have their rights to practice up to what they want to say of any religion. But when you come and you tell me that, you know, God is this and God is that, and it's almost like the person that, you know, is rolling the blunt telling you about God. Nobody takes that serious. And you look like a person that's an idiot. You do. You look so silly. You look so stupid. When you know what you're doing has nothing to do with God or Jesus or Jehovah or any whoever else. You're doing that because you want to do it. You want to thought it all the way up. You want to sandal it up. And when it's a sister saying that, children are a blessing of God, black men all the way, you're like, oh, okay, this don't make no sense. Some of y'all might be quiet about it, they can't because he's your homeboy, right? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.